You're listening to Sit, Talk, and Listen podcast with your hosts, Payroll Rob and Zadie Bauer.
Hey, someday I might come up with some words on how to start the show.
I got some words to start the show with.
What's the words?
12.
12.
And that is because the St. Louis Blues are on a 12-game heater. We didn't mention it last episode at all, but by God, we haven't lost in a week since we've done that, so that is how we're starting this off.
Those boys are nasty.
This is episode 36. 36 is dividable by 12. It's all looking like the St. Louis Blues all the time.
That's right. The math is working out, and I agree. Good call, Xavier. Episode 36 of Sit, Talk, and Listen. I'm game. We'll jump back into some Blues talk here in a minute, but you want me to run you down some national days? Today is
sorry to jump off hot. I just was
it's good. Hey, look, we didn't mention Blues last time, so people were clamoring, and I was clamoring to get it out there. So
my God,
the Blues are hot, baby. They can just win it all. I'm going to get it all.
Episode 36, though, before we go to national days, just off the top of my head, I can think of two number 36s, and that is Jerome Bettis, the bus.
The bus.
Pittsburgh.
Best years with the Rams.
Yeah. As I was saying, Pittsburgh Steelers legend, but.
Whoa.
Yeah. Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, Jerome Bettis, and then Marcus Smart, 36 for Boston Celtics. I don't think he wears 36 anymore, but he was 36 for the Boston Celtics, and those are the 36 that come to the top of my mind.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know if I could give you any 36s off the top of my dome.
Who was the 36th president?
36 president.
Without looking it up.
We're gonna
let's guess.
Yikes.
We'll guess and then we'll look it up.
So let's see. We're on like 40 something now. So 36. You're probably talking about 80 years ago. FDR.
I'm going to guess the 36th president was Lyndon Johnson.
Xavier gets it correct. Producer Tony looks it up. 36th president of the United States between 1963 and 1969 is Lyndon Johnson.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this guy. I feel like I was played there.
No. I swear to God, because my first guess was Jimmy Carter. Didn't say it.
Carter.
Didn't say it.
Yeah, I wasn't far off with FDR. He'd have been like right before, or no, not even right before. He'd been a few before Lyndon Johnson. He had.
Damn.
Yeah. Look at you go.
We can do. You can see my Google search history. There is nothing that would suggest.
And he came after who?
Lyndon B. Johnson came after
the assassination of John F. Kennedy. So, yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Fear is fear itself was Roosevelt?
I think that could have been no, I think that was also JFK.
Okay.
So, you weren't
I'm all over the place after getting gaslit last week.
Oh, yep. While we're on our presidential talk, let's go ahead. Let me see here. I got a statement somewhere. Let's find this piece of paper. Written statement. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you today on bended knee, and I seek your forgiveness. As last week's episode, I tried to tell Xavier that he was wrong and that Abraham Lincoln was not on Mount Rushmore. And I was very confident about that. And I'm here to tell you guys, I was wrong. I fucked up. And I hope we can move past this and understand that I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm more sorry to myself for not having a backbone or any kind of balls to, be confident in what I thought. I bent the knee. I second guessed, third guessed, fourth guessed myself.
It's okay. It's just, we just live role play, what confidence can do for you. All you got to do is say things confidently and everybody believes you. Look at our president.
I'm a loser. James Madison? Like, come on.
James Madison. I think I just wanted to say it like that. like Wolf of Wall Street when they're talking about Steve Madden.
Yeah, like what the hell would James Madison be doing on Mount Rushmore?
I don't know.
But
What's Roosevelt doing on there?
well,
Back to that discussion again.
yeah. Anyways, I guess we can move forward to national days.
Oh, it's okay.
I like
needed to
having
make
fun
sure.
with episode numbers.
I needed to make sure I got my apology out there for all those folks who were concerned with it. So anyway, today is April 7th, 2025. Like Nick said, episode 36, and some interesting national days today. What do you think? You want to start with the good ones, or do you want to start with the ones that I think are a little bit more obscure?
Either way.
All right. Well, today is National Beer Day, so that's a good one. Going on out, get yourself nice tall boy. Yeah, I like a good beer. I mean, I like good light beer. I don't like good beer. Who am I kidding? Everybody would say I just drink water. I said, you know what? That's fine with me. I enjoy it. Let's see.
What would be a good beer? Like crafted?
I don't know. Everybody's got their different opinions, right? What's a good beer? What's not a good beer? Everybody's like, oh, Guinness is a good beer, or like if I can see through it, it's not good beer. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they say the same thing about coffee.
Yeah. All these elitists and their drink
They're
preferences.
machismo.
What about cheese?
Machismo, like they're like, you know, having to be like this, have this bravado about you, like, you know, I want everything I drink to taste like shit, but I at least want to look.
But I want
tough.
to act like I really like it.
Yeah, I want to look tough while doing it.
Yeah,
I want to be able to put my spoon in a coffee and it stand straight up.
I like my coffee thicker than a Snicker. April 7th is also World Health Day. So probably all those dark beer drinkers and dark coffee drinkers need to think about their health a little more.
I feel like dark coffee is probably good for you.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about coffee. I don't know nothing about coffee.
Lame day. That's so broad.
What, World Health Day?
Yeah.
It's World Health Day as an opportunity to focus on the importance of global health.
That's lame.
Lame!
I like the more niche ones.
International Beaver Day.
That is better.
All your little river furried friends.
Oh.
Not the other beavers we were
I was
thinking
talking
of.
about the Las Vegas Beavers. Obviously,
LVB.
yes, it's a historic franchise. Me and Tony Cole used to have an NHL franchise. We played 5 seasons, every single game. We did not miss. Then they were named the Las Vegas Beavers. Before they even had a team in Vegas, we created one, Las Vegas Beavers.
Yeah. Vegas missed out on a true opportunity to have a unique program and just calling them the Beavers.
Yeah.
You know, you guys already had the market research to prove it was a success. Like, you know, how many championship runs did you guys have?
It stands the test of time. Ryan Reeves was the captain of that team.
Ryan Reeves.
We had Paul Bissonnette on the fourth line with Ryan Reeves. Like, how electric would that be right now?
Yeah.
Paul Bissonnette and Ryan Reeves. Like, look at Paul Bissonnette's career and where that's taken off.
Yep. What do you think? Pat Maroon could follow that same kind of
Nope.
trajectory? You don't think he's a media guy?
Dude, I've said this so many times, and I know I get beaten down for this take. I am not a Pat Maroon guy. He is from St. Louis. He did bring a cup here. He just let me backtrack.
Are you just trying to be anti-Pat Maroon because so many people are like pumping him up around town?
No, but I don't know.
You like the...
It goes back to him calling himself a hometown hero.
Oh, God. We've had this discussion, I feel like.
That's why I didn't want to...
Hometown hero, baby! He just said it because that's what people were telling him. Pat, you're a hometown hero. How does it feel? You know, like if people keep telling you you're something, eventually it's going to land in your head. And he was all hammered and decided to just go ahead and utter it.
He seems fun enough,
good with it.
I guess, but I don't know. He's probably...
I guess. I don't know.
He's like right from the backyard of where I stay now, Oakville.
Yep, right in the old backyard. It's Metric System Day. So shout out to all those other countries that aren't the US of A for their metric system usage. We're like, we want to hold on to that old imperial style.
A little too broad, though, still. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Make the first move day. What do you think that's about?
Oh, could be so many things, but I do think it's a good day.
You
should make the first move.
It's a good day. Do you want me to give you...
We got it. I mean, you can't just keep flying by.
I was going to give you a little info about Make the First Move Day.
Yeah, go ahead.
Make the First Move Day is observed every year in the United States on April 7th. This day arose from an initiative to combat the bullying pandemic. Bullying is still a prevalent issue that many students face today. The purpose of this day is to raise awareness about bullying and its consequences, as well as honor its victims. As an all-inclusive holiday, it honors and remembers the victims and survivors of bullying. Make the First Move Day. I'm not really sure the title of the day correlates with the anti-bullying sentiments.
Don't the bullies make the first move?
I guess. Oh, wait, here we go. The idea behind making the First Move Day is that bullying victims are often hesitant to speak about their experiences and seek professional help. As such, accompanying bullying victims is the first and probably most important step in their recovery. As such, anti-bullying programs will experience significant development. So I guess they're just saying make the first move by asking somebody about their bullying. I don't know. It's still not that clear.
Kind of lame. I think that you can make the first move in a lot of things in life. Make the first move in
Make
your
the first move, Conway.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You stole it, but
I did.
You make the first move in your career. Try to ask for compensation that you deserve.
Yeah.
Which is I think that we could talk about that because a lot of people hesitate to do that.
Yeah.
Make the first move on, somebody you're feeling. You never know. Maybe you're nervous Nelly.
Yeah.
And you're stifling.
And a first move should, be verbal. I don't think a first move should just be going ahead and reaching in on some thighs or whatever.
Yes. I like you more than a friend. Do you like me?
Wow. Xavier using words. Oh, man. This is great. We need everybody to use words in life.
Just say that.
Just say that. Yeah.
Tough things. That's what it is. Not that is more important than stopping bullying, but that is more like, I think, a positive message for making the first move. Bullying should just be like, hey, anti-bullying day. Ask somebody, Now,
this is a little can of worms, kind of a gray area.
Mm-hmm.
Bullying, bad, generally. But sometimes societal shame can be good for teaching somebody like, hey, you're kind of acting like a piece of shit right now. So, like, some people would say you're kind of acting like a bully by shaming somebody for what they're doing or how they're acting. But, like, I don't know.
I think I said a couple of weeks ago.
The world could use a little shame. What?
I think I talked on here a couple of weeks ago about bringing back public shame.
Yeah. So, stop bullying, but bring back shame. If somebody's doing something stupid, tell them. And it's okay.
But make the first. What other things you can make the first move at?
Yeah, like you said, jobs, relationships.
Maybe mending old friendships. Maybe something was left on a sour note and both people are being stubborn. You don't want to reach out and say I'm sorry or this and that. But maybe sometimes
be at the high ground. Yeah, be the one to extend the olive branch,
make
right?
The first move.
Make the first move.
Number 96.
And number 1 in your heart. So make the first move day. We said so. It's also National Girl Me Too Day. Join us as we celebrate and appreciate women and their achievements.
Girl Me Too. Period.
That's funny.
Now explain this one now.
Let's see. Let's open it up. Let's expand on this one a little bit. Celebrates the strength and endurance of women of all ages and the progress that they have made together. Yes.
Well, I'm an ally.
First celebrated in 2017. And then ever since then, it's been observed annually. I guess the Girl Me Too movement was established to encourage the healing, empowerment, and education of women and young ladies.
Is this separate from the Me Too movement? Because,
maybe not. 2017, Girl Me Too movement.
Me Too was like 2012, right?
I don't know. I don't feel like I was hearing anything about Me Too and Harvey Weinstein in 2012.
Girl Me Too movement. That kind of... I mean,
let's get producer Tony on this section.
Me
see
Too. Because if they are separate things, it's kind of weird that you would
Me Too movement 2017.
Really?
100%. Yeah.
So this is the Me Too movement.
It's got to be tied in, yeah. Yes, sir. It says the phrase Me Too was initially used by activists in 2006, but it gained viral attention in October of 2017, which is after. So the National Day was first in April of 2017, that Girl Me Too Day or whatever. And then October of 2017, Alyssa Milano used it on Twitter to encourage people to share their experiences.
So this one actually had some, power behind it.
Yep.
This National Day did.
And it was, the Harvey Weinstein stuff all coming to a head that really pushed it.
So, if you...
So, Girl Me Too, get out there and, tell your stories. I'm just saying, hey, that's the whole point of the day is there's not suffering in silence, get out and get yourself somebody that can understand and relate to you. And there's a lot of them. I don't know. Xavier's going to join when he stops laughing at me. What, you didn't like that one?
Any other national days?
I'm sure there are. I was curious. What's so funny? You didn't like that?
No, it's a great day.
All right. Public Television Day is today, and then also National
Television Day,
National No Housework Day. So don't clean your fucking house. Today's the day for it.
April 7th.
That's gonna wrap it up, I think, for the national days. Girl, Me Too.
I feel like I'm not laughing at the movement. It's just like...
I mean, if it's how I said it, go ahead, tell me.
No, it's just, I don't know, man. I feel like
Jesus.
For such a powerful movement, like just the Girl Me Too, like they should have something more powerful than that.
Yeah. Who do we send a letter to? We'll just we'll let them know. We'll get the info out there.
It's a good message. It's a good message.
It's a good message. So we talked about the Blues a little bit, but what do you think? Do we lose a game going into the playoffs? Do we think we can make it the rest of the regular season without losing a game? Would you like to see them lose a game?
Test tonight.
Yep. Tonight we take on the Winnipeg Jets. And they're obviously a division leader or, second or third or something. I don't know.
They are the leader in the entire conference, the Western Conference.
So, yeah, I had it right.
We're going to them. I don't know. I mean, do you think it would be beneficial to lose a game before the playoffs?
I was wondering that. I think it could be. Yeah, you don't want to have that pressure of going into the playoffs with this whole streak on your back or whatever.
Anytime a team is on a long winning streak, usually after they lose that first game, then there's a couple of games in a row that they lose, and you don't want that to happen in the playoffs, right?
Agreed.
But we still are within reach of the Calgary Flames, so it's
just keep winning, I guess.
You
don't want to say to lose.
It's a fun ride, though. I mean, how can you not say this has been
It's a beautiful ride. I agree. It's been a lot of fun. It's super, you almost, as a Blues fan, you don't want to compare anything. I don't like to compare things to 2019 because it was such a unique year in itself. But when a team's playing this way and they've gone on a winning streak now that is as long and longer than the streak that they had in 2019 of regular season victories they strung together, then it's hard not to just instantly want to compare the team to that 2019 team. But I think what gets me really excited about the Blues team that we have now is the amount of young talent that you see just showing itself. For years to come, we're going to have these young guys.
I agree. It's really exciting. Obviously, we'll be talking more Blues throughout the
Blues
next
hockey.
few weeks. I hope a few months, right?
Yep.
I didn't want to get too carried away in all these sports. I kind of said I wanted to veer off just because we've done so many sports, and I don't want it to solely become that. But I did want to mention that because we're also going to talk about some college basketball and some other stuff. So
we're talking college basketball today.
Yeah, we are talking college basketball because tonight is the National Championship.
National Championship. You got the tournament, baby.
And that's between Florida and Houston.
Houston.
And,
oh, yeah. Yeah, Houston with that big win to get there.
I mean, Duke with an all-time bag fumble. And somewhere down the road, not today, we're going to do a Mount Rushmore of choke jobs and
bag fumbles.
bag fumbles. And maybe maybe my dad can make at least an appearance for that Mount Rushmore because my dad loves talking about sports teams that choke. He, it
gets him
it
going.
Gets him fired up. It does.
Yeah.
He hates when his teams choke.
And he loves it when others choke.
Yeah, but I don't know if he ever has that. I guess the Texas Rangers. Well, we'll save that for another day. But anyways, Houston.
For another day.
Duke had been running through every single team in the tournament. Just looks like they were just going to buzzsaw through this whole thing. They had a 9-point lead with 2 minutes left and possession. 7-point lead with a minute and a half left and possession.
Mm-hmm.
And just from there, you watched the last 2 minutes before we recorded. I mean, like everything that could go wrong.
Yep. Some massive turnovers, untimely, just bouncing it off your own knee or turning it over on an inbound pass and then missing your free throws. It's a combination of all those things.
Two of the things that get my dad fired up more than anything, choke jobs and missing free throws.
Yeah.
And this culminated here into a absolute disaster for Duke.
Not great.
I'm not a huge Duke hater, but there is a lot of Duke haters, so I know that they're probably celebrating that. I'm not a Duke fan either. I didn't feel any type of way. I know a lot of America, though, was really happy to see that choke job commenced by the old Blue Devils.
The old Blue
Cooper
Devils.
Flagg, who was going to be the first overall pick this upcoming NBA draft, missed a big shot. Was not really on him. It was a tough shot. Turned around, hit the front of the rim.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, just bodes well for me because I am one step closer to $130,000.
Parlays, baby.
We'll keep you up to date because I have a $5 bet to win $130,000 on Florida winning the national title,
Sick.
Lakers winning the NBA Finals, the Blues winning the Stanley Cup, and the Doyers, the LA Dodgers winning.
So Xavier's already given up hope on the Cardinal season.
It's done.
He said it was over.
It'll be a fun team, though. I think this team is going to be fun to follow. I think we have a lot of guys like
the young Birds.
Yeah, I'd rather watch us lose games, and even if we get blown out like last night, because we have a lot of young guys, and who knows? Maybe they'll make some fun. I'm not willing to say we won't make the playoffs. I do think this is a fun team, though.
Yeah,
That's all.
I mean, I've watched a handful of the games this year, and it's entertaining, at least more entertaining than it was the last couple of years to watch Cardinals baseball, it feels like.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather watch this.
But yeah, last night playing the Red Sox in Sunday Night Baseball prime time, getting shellacked.
They put belt to ass, boy.
Yeah. I turned the game. I mean, I knew we were losing, but I'm like, let me just turn it back on real quick and see. It was 22 hits for Boston and 18 runs by that point. I said, what the fuck is going on?
Belt.
22 hits is crazy.
We scored 7 runs. That'd win you 90% of games.
For sure.
And we got beat by 11.
Yeah. Got that ass beat. I feel like we probably need to mention Ovi. Give him a shout out to the Russian assassin.
He did it.
He did. What'd you think? Right?
Awesome, Selly.
You think it was awesome, Selly? Agreed. That's one of those clips that's going to play on for
forever.
Years. Yep, forever.
It's going to be up there with the Bobby Orr.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got to be.
It was such a natural reaction. It wasn't forced. It's Ovechkin. Like,
yeah.
He has that is why he's so loved, because he's so charismatic, because he's now 39 years old, and the joy you see that he had when he did that, big smile on his face, scores the goal to pass Gretzky, belly flops, slides on the ice. His team, you could see his team loves him. Like, they seem pretty genuine.
It was great celebration and all that, but it was kind of ironic. Like, when you look at the score of the game, it was 2-0, and they come, and then he scores the goal, and now it's 2-1. Washington's still losing, and everybody on his team, is celebrating like they probably should be. But it's just kind of funny thinking about the game situation. And
it is. I think it's different. I agree with you, and I also thought, like, I don't know. It's one of the biggest records in sports.
Yes,
but they
the fact that-
stopped the game for 30 minutes was it's weird.
I heard that they did that, but I didn't even watch that.
They had a whole ceremony.
They did that with McGuire and his home run record too. Remember, they stopped the baseball game and they gave him his award like right in the middle of the game. It's a little weird. It's kind of weird.
It's just really but cool. Gretzky was there. Ovi's family was there. It's a cool moment.
It felt fitting that he scored from his little office too. You know,
right there in the left face-off circle.
Yeah. What do you think of people that try to discredit his goal scoring, being like, well, he scored 2/3 of them from the same place? Like, what the fuck does that matter? Goals are goals.
If you don't have haters, you don't have fans.
Yeah.
People are always going to try to shit on something. What he did was he broke a record that many people thought would never be broken.
Yeah.
And, you take all Gretzky's assists away, and he still has more points. Or you take all Gretzky's goals away, and he still has more points than anybody.
That's the craziest part to me is the fact that, like you just said, if you take Gretzky's goals away, he still leads the league all time in points. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? That's insane to me. Like, yeah, Gretzky really was the great one. He really was.
And he still has discreditors. So it just goes to show, like, you're not ever going to make anybody happy. I don't see how, like, you could be rooting against Ovechkin. He's a pretty likable guy. He's kind of he doesn't have like the stereotypical athlete build. He has like a beer belly and he's still just ripping off 43 goals in his age 39 season. Like it's insane.
Yeah, he's got the silky mitts, dude. Ovi, it don't matter what he's physically like, he can still snipe that puck like nobody's business.
It's insane. So yeah, cool moment. A little weird, but as I was saying, the Capitals, they're kind of well within first place in their division. So I think that kind of like, they didn't really give a fuck if they were winning or not. I think they just wanted to get Ovechkin this goal record so then they could move on and get ready for the playoffs.
Right.
So
anything else from the wide, wild world of sports you want to touch on while we're here?
Well, we have some wrestling updates.
Okay. Sure. Give me them. Let's get into the wrestling. Let me know.
Just quick.
Yeah, we're
like
building
I said,
up to
so Raw
WrestleMania.
was a week ago, and kind of the same old thing there. Some more good promos.
Good versus evil.
Yeah, and all that stuff. But SmackDown this week is where we have the updates that I wanted to touch on because it got real.
Oh?
So there's Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time.
TF.
She is the women's champion of SmackDown.
Okay.
And Charlotte Flair, daughter of Rick.
Woo!
She's kind of the veteran now of the women's division. And a week ago, they cut a promo and Charlotte kept cutting her off. And this was a recorded promo, not live. So when the promo aired, you could see that Tiffany, who's pretty well liked, but she's not the best at promos yet. She's only 25 years old. Charlotte kept cutting her off and kind of bullying her. And I think that was like a little real. There was realism there. And the sounds of it is there's a lot of younger women that have a problem with Charlotte and using the backstage politics to get her way and kind of bully and, the nepotism with.
Look, her dad's Ric Flair. She gets to do what she wants. You're fucking Tiffany nobody knows. You get to deal with.
Tiffy time Stratton.
Nobody knows.
So this week, they're live in Chicago. They're back in the States.
Chi-Town.
And this promo got crazy.
I can't hear Chicago and not want to do like a 20s gangster. Chicago's my town, see?
No, I always think of I'm going to Chicago. Stand up.
That's a classic too.
So they get in the ring and Charlotte looked like she was thinking that the Chicago fans were going to get like with her because she's like, Chicago! And they all boo. And you could tell it kind of flustered her like real life, like for shoot, not for TV. And I think Chicago all understood like we're not going to let Charlotte get a word in edgewise this time because that's what she said to Tiffany. So every time Charlotte tried to talk, they would boo her, boo her, boo her. No, they were just booing her, and she was getting flustered. And then Tiffany took this opportunity to get real personal.
Ooh.
So,
Drama.
So the night before SmackDown, Charlotte was on a real life interview and started crying because she just had her third failed marriage ending in divorce. And
Damn, Charlotte.
so
Look in that mirror.
Tiffany had brought up, she said, you act so big and tough and all this stuff, but we all saw you crying last night. She was like, what are you, 0 for 3 now?
Ooh-wee.
And then she had made a comment. She said, when you were 25, you were a failed volleyball player drinking in your dad's basement.
Hell
which
yeah.
She also did struggle with alcohol in real life. And so Tiffany said that. And like, you could tell, you could just read, like when you watch enough wrestling, you kind of can tell when things are going off script. And then like from there, it just got like really personal. And Tiffany kind of mic dropped and walked out of the ring. And Charlotte made reference to Tiffany's real life boyfriend being in her DMs.
Okay.
And
I'm
so,
here
yeah,
for it,
it
I
got
guess.
really fucking awkward.
Sounds like they're on a collision course for WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, but Smack. So here's where it's unscripted is like when they actually released the promo on YouTube and they're in the interwebs later, they had cut a lot of that stuff out of the promo. And I guess, I don't know,
A lot of what stuff out?
some of these jabs that the girls were taking at each other, they cut that stuff out because
They said, she put it out there on the live
so some
promo.
real
So
tension,
we're just
some real
gonna-
bad blood, but a lot of drama.
And baby, now they got bad blood.
For real. So had to mention that, I don't want to spend too much time. Everything else is kind of been building
Par
up the
for the
same
course.
for WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, not going to just keep repeating the same stuff every week, but that was noteworthy.
Okay, well now
And if-
we got ourselves some drama in the female side of wrestling.
So much drama in the LBC.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I more interested in watching it now? No, I'm not. But I'm glad to know that information, because when somebody asks me rarely about wrestling, I'll be like, "Yeah, you heard about that girl Tiffany? She knows and went off on Ric Flair's daughter,
Charlotte.
See, I don't even know the names, and I can talk wrestling.
And Kaiser is Tiffany Stratton's
Kaiser?
boyfriend. His last name's Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig? Is that what you said?
Kaiser. yes.
Ludwig Kaiser?
Pretty sure, yes.
Sounds like a
She said that he is in
Bread
her
brand.
DMs. Yeah,
sliding in my DMs.
and that's what she said. She alluded to it.
Could be. It's a slippery world, and everybody's sliding into DMs.
But I mean, juicy, and that is something for
Juicy.
everybody. Like everybody likes gossip, right?
Everybody likes the juice.
Thirsty, trying to choose. I mean, I know I'm pretty cool. All right.
So we touched on wrestling. I was going to say the Minecraft movie came out this weekend.
Woo.
Yeah, Jack Black. Are you so excited to see that one?
Will not see it.
Nope, I won't either.
Don't really understand the world of Minecraft, but
The kids are into it.
and I love that for them.
And I love that for them. But yes, Minecraft broke box office records this weekend. $163 million opening weekend. And the budget for the movie was $150 million. So they're already in the green. I was honestly not thinking that it would do that well.
Really?
Just because it felt like people were against, Jack Black for a little bit there, and they're like, oh gosh, and we got Momoa, these fucking live action cartoon ones. Just the tone that I'd heard a few people talking about it didn't seem like anybody was interested in it. But here it shows that the movie comes out and it breaks box office records the first weekend. Now, we'll see. Do you want some ratings on this one?
Let me guess.
Go for it. What's the Rotten Tomatoes?
63%.
Rotten Tomatoes gives it 47%.
All right.
An IMDb out of 10,
5.2.
6.1.
Ooh.
So we'll see how the longevity of this movie goes. Like if people continue to go weekend in, weekend out for the next few weeks to watch
It's
it or
not
not.
going to do like Avengers numbies or anything, but
Nope, but
start.
I don't know. I guess what it was being held up against, but it says that it was record-setting opening weekend.
Maybe for like a children's movie.
Could be. It's rated PG. It's a family movie.
But that doesn't surprise me. I mean, Minecraft is huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Everybody wants,
Audience rated it 84% right now. So audience was into it the
Audience
first weekend,
likes
I
it.
guess. Yeah. Any movies you saw recently that you liked?
Not of super recent. Like, no. Nope.
We had recently rewatched like the Equalizer series with Denzel. That's a good series of action ones. And now we are currently in the Die Hard series. So we rewatched Die Hard 2 on Friday night.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah, you know the guy.
I know the Equalizer like has a TV show now. Like it's kind of like the woman version with Queen Latifah.
That's nice. No, I don't know. We watch the movies. I'm not a TV show guy. I mean, TV shows are fine, but there's just too much sometimes. Like I don't want to watch 2 seasons for them to barely push forward the storyline of the show. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much sometimes they just drag out on shows. Like put this in an hour and a half movie and let's move on with our lives.
You're not really a movie guy either.
That's not true. I like movies. I like good stuff. And it's not like I don't like TV shows. I just don't like TV shows that don't advance a narrative like in what feels like a correct amount of time. Like I don't want to wait 1 season for one thing to come to be, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is just like, all right, I've had enough. Every episode's the same. There's some drama, and then they get out of the drama, and then they still didn't solve the main problem of this season. But what's that? Next episode, unforeseen problem. Oh no, let's solve that. Still didn't get to the main thing of the season. Well, I don't know. I like movies. That's why I said we're watching, the different action series. So Die Hard 2 is in the bag now. Got it. Die Hard 3 apparently is a lot of people's favorite Die Hard. It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it, I do believe. Die Hard 1, Christmas movie, not a Christmas movie. What do you think?
Christmas movie.
All right. You said it without even having to think about it. So, yeah, I agree. Yes, Samuel L. Jackson is in Die Hard 3, which is Die Hard with a Vengeance. Came out in 1995, so it's pretty relevant today.
Next, we're going to recap the season premiere of Friends.
I don't know if the show's going to do well. It was like, it's just unbelievable. A bunch of people living in
Rachel
New York.
and Ross end up together?
It's hard to guess now. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Ross really wants it. He's really going to be pushing for it.
That'd be funny if we just started reviewing things as if they were being made in real time.
I mean, yeah, that's essentially how I do it. Go back and watch those old movies and bring it to people like it's new.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, it's what's real in your real life right now.
Yeah. So, what about your life? You, Rosalita's working. Anything fun to share from this last week of Rosie's?
Yeah, tons of fun at my job. It was a great weekend for me in the sense that, they basically let Friday night me and Sean have the whole patio because it was wet and rainy, and
Nice.
that ended up being pretty fruitful. And then the following day, I worked a double all day. Banged out like $800 between Friday and Saturday. So that's nice.
That's a productive weekend, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just workplace bullshit. Like,
Yes.
everything is kind of came to a head, and
The drama.
yeah.
So I was thinking about the restaurants and restaurant drama. So we went to go get a little breakfast yesterday morning.
Where at?
We were going to go to a spot. We had to go to Lowe's and pick up some stuff, and the nearest Lowe's to us is across the river in St. Charles. I love St. Charles. So we were over there in St. Charles. So there's a breakfast spot called Gingham's. It's kind of like, it's just like Denny's basically, but a little bit, it's just like a local Denny's. It's open 24 hours. So we get there, probably 10:30 or so in the morning after we go to Lowe's, and it's rocking and rolling. The place has got people showing up left and right, but it's a lot of the blue hairs are eating there, and a lot of the St. Charles biggins. So Jamie walks in and checks on the wait time, and they tell her, it's going to be a 50-minute wait. We're like, we're good. It's not worth the wait there. If it's like Hatched or someplace actually good, then sure, the wait's worth it. But this place, Gingham's, not worth a 50-minute wait. So we hop in the car and we go head back towards home. And we just decided to stop at Waffle House. We got a couple Waffle Houses around here. So we go to the old Waffle House and we sit down and we get our food. We get food probably within about 10 minutes of being at this restaurant. Like sit down, order, have food in front of us within 10 minutes. Food was good. I mean, not knocking my socks off, but you know what you're getting at Waffle House.
Sure.
It was good. I mean, a breakfast platter for $13. Eggs, bacon, all the good stuff. Hashies. So, yeah, we had the Waffle House, and we ate, paid, got into our car, and then she got the text message from the other restaurant that our table was ready because she had put her name on the list. So we got to a whole new restaurant, sat down, ate, and left by the time we would have been seated at the last place.
So you went back to Gingham's and ate there.
No, did not go back to Gingham's and did not eat there. But what I was thinking about while we were at Waffle House is like all restaurants have restaurant drama that just naturally happens, and especially between the back of house and the front of house. Well, Waffle House, there's no separation, right? The back of house, front of house, dining area, it's all one. So it makes sense why things can get heated sometimes at Waffle Houses, right? There's nowhere for people to go and like.
It's like it's a phenomenon, right? When you say,
yeah, it is.
That and Spirit Airlines, they are hand in hand, bro.
Yeah, but it makes sense when you think about it, because like in other restaurants, if you're arguing with another server about whatever, you can do that on your own back in the kitchen, and then as soon as you guys come out to the front, you can put on a happy face and nobody is the wiser. Or if like somebody in the kitchen fucks up your order and you got to go back and let them have it a little bit, no problem. But if you're a server at Waffle House and the cook fucks up your order and you're trying to give them the business, then everybody in the whole restaurant knows you're giving them the business, and it's just bad vibes can permeate throughout that place quickly.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know if the people at Waffle House, no, not trying to disparage anybody.
Don't want anybody to have the worst day of their jobs.
But I wouldn't say that we're plucking these people out of, like, environments that they are trained to handle their emotions well anyway. So now you're taking...
That's kind of the restaurant environment in a lot of ways.
Yeah, 100%. Like, But I don't always say I'm the best at. But you get all these people and you put them in a high pressure, especially, and these people also think about the clientele when they're at their busiest. It's usually drunk people at like 3 a.m. and then you said
or people that only have $13 for that $13 meal.
Pressure cooker for tension.
Yeah. And like I said, the fact that there's no separation between anybody, like everybody's just in one room, we all have to deal with it at the same time. If the cook's mad at the server and the server's mad at the cook, all the guests are going to know. We're all going to know that there's heat there, So it's just like the way that Waffle House is set up, it invites that tension to permeate. Because like we're saying, all restaurants have some kind of drama usually going on.
Oh, yeah.
But Waffle House doesn't give anywhere for that drama to go. It just unfolds in the dining room.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like if you're going during the day, that's not necessarily when all that stuff breaks out.
No, we had a great, pleasant experience. We went in, got our meal. The server was very pleasant. No, I had no problems with it. And that's been my experience most times when I go to Waffle House, honestly. But I'm just saying is I can understand how things kind of escalate at Waffle House just because there's, like I said, that separation between front of house and back of house kind of helps out in other restaurants, keep the drama under wraps a little bit more.
When you close your eyes and picture a Waffle House server,
close my eyes.
I want you to describe to me what.
When I picture a Waffle House?
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk in, you got a counter.
No, the server. How do they look? What's their vibe? On average.
On average, they're usually missing a few teeth. Got tattoos that are up around their neck, maybe on their face.
You think so?
You asked me what usually I see when I close my eyes and picture a Waffle House server. And then you got like a guy with an unshaved face or like an unkept beard, just kind of like losing stubble on the food usually.
They just look like, I mean,
salt of the earth, baby.
But
they can cook a waffle.
There's special people there at the Waffle House.
So shouts out to the Waffle House.
They're doing
When's
God's
the last
work.
time you've been to a Waffle House, Davey?
Matter of fact, last time I went to Waffle House was probably 2021. I went to do a fantasy draft with Marcus down in Rolla, Missouri.
So wait, you did your fantasy draft from a Waffle House?
No, we went to the fantasy draft.
And then the
a
Waffle
lot,
House.
and everybody got drunk, and then we went to Waffle House, and then there was drama, of course, popping off.
Was it the
between
Waffle House
group.
drama?
No, it was a group. Well, it became Waffle House drama.
It became their problem. That's funny.
It was just a whole lot.
How many stories do you think start off that way? Yeah, we got drunk and then we went to the Waffle House. I feel like that's probably
a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like these people have to deal with these drunken
Hooligans.
heathens while also having to deal with the inner tensions of working in a restaurant that's so closely confined.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because even in like that Gingham's, like I said, that's a 24-hour spot. So I know they get their late night drunk crowd there, but they got a whole back of house. So if they're going to complain about a drunk customer, at least they can go to the back and vent a little bit. You know, they're not going to just wear their annoyance at the drunk customers on their face like you have to at the Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I want to give a shout out to Waffle House workers, the good ones that are trying to give me the good food and give it to me quick. I want to recognize those guys. This one goes out to you. Real Waffle House workers.
Mm-hmm.
Today we salute you, Waffle House workers.
There's nothing real like a Waffle House. No good
Huddle
comparison.
House.
Nope.
Never been. I couldn't tell you.
Because Waffle House is so widely renowned, but it's the same everywhere.
Yeah, well, maybe this will lead us right into
And obviously not just like the chains, like the food's the same and all this stuff. I'm talking about like if I dropped you off at a Waffle House in New Jersey or Sacramento or St. Louis, Missouri,
Right.
I feel like you wouldn't really be able to tell which one you were at.
And that's how they want it. That's how corporations want it.
Based off like the vibe and the drama happening within the restaurant. Like it's all this. It's not like you're like, oh, the Waffle House is so peaceful in Maryland. No, I bet that's just the same way.
Yeah, it probably is. But and time and place. Sunday mornings could be a peaceful time at a lot of Waffle Houses, but Saturday nights less peaceful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But when that morning crew comes in and comes in for that morning shift, they're all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. They're ready to go.
And before we move on to this, because you said Saturday nights, and now I'm kind of messing up the transition, but
That's all right. We don't do good
we'll talk
things
about this.
here.
So Barstool's had this thing for years. Saturdays are for the boys.
Yep.
And you could
I've heard that as
or-
long back as like 2011.
or the girls, right? Saturdays are for the girls or the boys. Because obviously, if the boys are all hanging out, the girls are probably doing the same.
Sure, but the
thing
saying
is,
goes Saturdays for the boys.
I know, but I think that the saying should be Sundays are for the boys because my personal thing is like boys' day is Sunday. Like you get together, you watch NFL. Girls
That's
are
all you're
doing
basing
brunch,
it off of.
right? Girls
You're
are
just
doing
basing it on
brunch and all.
NFL.
It's just a lot more of like
Sundays they're always family days. They've been family days. Sundays are the days you go to the orchard and do your apple picking. You go to church if you're one of those types. Yeah, no, Saturdays are for the boys. They can't give you
I
Sundays.
never do anything with the boys on Saturday.
Well, sorry. I usually gigging, so I'm playing with the boys. Some boys.
Maybe I need to reevaluate. So you do agree that Saturdays are for the boys?
Yes.
What days for the girls?
Whatever day they want. Probably Saturday if the boys are doing the boys
I think
things.
Sunday is a girls' day too, bro. I really mean this. Sunday
Maybe. I'm just telling
I
you.
will say families is also a thing,
Yeah.
but like that early college years, like to your late 20s, I see a lot of people getting together for mimosas and then bottomless.
People love brunch, but I tell you, yeah, people love brunch, but you'll see just as many groups of their friends going out for brunch as you'll see couples going out for brunch. If you're coupled up and you go and you get your little friend couple and you got a foursome going out for brunch, you see that on Sundays all day. I feel like, girls are like, Sundays, we're hanging out because you were with your boys all day Saturday. Sundays for us, babe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how it kind of feels to me. And then, I don't know. There's not a day for the girls. It's whatever day they decide they want to hang out. And it's the day that, is least convenient for the guy.
All right. Well, that's all I had.
For Sundays, Saturdays are for the boys. Sundays are for the boys. Let's see. We covered that. Well, we were talking about Waffle House. And what would you rank it out of 10? On a scale of, is Waffle House fast food? Is it not fast food?
No, it's fast casual.
Okay, so not exactly fast food, but what would you give it out of a scale of 1 to 10? At its best, like you go in, you got a good meal.
Well, I mean, that's a loaded question because it's like my expectations for Waffle House is not really like that high. So they meet those standards. So I'd say like a 7.2. But like if I was doing a grand scale, like if I'm comparing
I'm not asking you to compare Waffle House against like the best brunch
for
place
what
you've
I
ever been.
expect to what I get, it's a 7.2. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied. I'm not expecting fucking anything crazy. I know what I'm paying for. It's usually brought to me in a timely manner, and the food's like made right there in front of you, pretty fresh. Hits the spot. 7.2.
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Yeah, it's no frills, no thrills, no frills.
But in grand scheme of restaurants, probably like a 4.6.
4.6.
Right.
In the grand scheme, yeah, maybe. I'd probably even go over a 5.
Like my
You get
socks
good value
are still
there.
on my feet when I leave.
Sure, they don't knock your socks off, but it's a good value. You get edible, quick food, and it's not bad tasting, and it's not costing you an arm and a leg. So there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah. 7.2.
7.2. So our Waffle House scores maybe will lead us right in to this. I think today we're going to do Mount Rushmores of fast food joints. That's right.
Let's set some parameters.
All right. Let's have some parameters. We're going to go back and forth on our Mount Rushmores. We will not be doing a consensus one today. So that means, Xavier, you'll have your own Mount Rushmore, and I will have my own. Who gets the first pick in the draft is to be determined. I'll concede the first pick. I'll let Xavier.
Okay, but I just want to say, like, so in your mind, what is considered fast food? Does it have to have a drive-through?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't have to have a drive-through.
So if you're like going through and there's like an assembly line of people and you're telling them what you want, that's fast food?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you walk up to a counter and you order from a counter and then you sit down and the food's ready for you or whatever, that's also fast food in my opinion. It changes once you get a server. Fast casual then. But if you're doing all your own work, I'm labeling it as fast food.
All right.
So I think that's good parameters to start with. So let's hear it, Xavier. What's your Mount Rushmore fast food? I guess you're going to go with your strong picks first so we don't like end up taking each other's strong picks. We won't save our best for last.
I am, and I think that a lot of people are going to give me pushback for this first pick. Who knows?
Let's hear it.
But they've served billions.
Mm-hmm.
There's millions. It's McDonald's.
The golden arches.
It's got to be McDonald's for me. I think that like it's still. I know it gets a lot.
They set the bar.
I always enjoy McDonald's. Not always, but you get your bad batches. But like overall, if I want to feel like a piece of shit.
But you know that you're going to get a consistent piece of shit each time.
Dude, it tastes so good.
Yeah. Yep. It goes down.
And for my money, it is the best French fry in the game, especially when made fresh. There's not a French fry that's topping it. McNuggets are the best nugget there is, and that is why I didn't take who I think a lot of other people's number one is. No spoilers. That's why I'm not taking that, because I think the McNugget is the best McNugget.
Yeah.
I think a quarter pounder, a Big Mac, like those are great.
Staples.
Yes, they're like you know what you're getting.
Yeah, that
It
McNugget
delivers.
is superior. It's fucking fire.
And I've been eating McDonald's, my whole life, and there's never been a time where I was like, oh wow, like I didn't expect this. I know what I get. I'm signing up for it, and it hits. And not to mention, they have the best Coca-Cola, fountain Coca-Cola you can get.
They mix that strong.
Yes,
The Coke and the Sprite. Everybody's
but
talking
like
about this.
there is science behind that that's proven that like
They just give you more syrup.
Well, no, but like also like Coca-Cola, they bring the Coke into cold refrigerated metal things to the McDonald's. Like I watched some.
Is that facts?
Yes, I watched YouTube videos on that.
I feel like I've seen the same Coca-Cola syrup boxes in the back of McDonald's that I see in the back of everywhere else.
I'm just telling you how it's stored is differently with McDonald's and Coke. I don't know. Whatever it is, it hits.
Yeah,
it's different.
yeah.
And the Sprite
Heavy
hits
syrup.
different. That Sprite at and McDonald's has that little extra zip on it.
Zoo-wee!
So McDonald's is my number one pick.
That's a good. Yeah, it feels like that was kind of the slotted in number one, regardless of who had the first pick.
Really? So,
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think it's got to be on the Mount Rushmore 100%. Whether or not it's like my first pick, who knows? But it's 100% got to be on there. It's the founding father of fast food, essentially. All right, so I guess for my pick, I'm caught between a couple of my ideas here because I don't know if I want to go with one in hopes that my other one will still be on the board. That's true. I do get two. All right, that's a good point. A little snake style. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna say Subway first. Subway is good. I mean, once again, they're kind of like McDonald's. You know exactly what you're getting yourself in for, and you can dang near find a Subway anywhere. More locations of Subway than there are McDonald's in the world. You know, less of a fan of having to get out of the car and go in and get the sub sandwich, but some Subways have a drive-through, and that's pretty sweet. But I like just being able to get a nice sandwich made on the spot if I'm feeling like that for lunch someday, you know.
And Subway delivers, man. I feel like just because McDonald's and Subway are so big, they get a lot of pushback in the community.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I'm usually pretty happy with what I get at Subway.
Yeah. I'd agree. Okay, so for my second pick, I'm torn. I'm torn between two restaurants, fast food restaurants. All right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go with White Castles. Also could be similar to a Crystal in other parts of the country. I just think that they really carved out a nice little niche for themselves with their sliders, and they're so fucking good. They're so good. There's very few things else that I'd rather get at 2 o'clock in the morning on the way home from a gig than a couple sliders. I mean, God, it just hits. It's so good.
White Castles is good. I was wondering if it was even gonna get drafted today.
I had to pick it there. I had to pick it there. So I got Subway and White Castle for my two so far. Back to you, Zay.
Well, this is falling back to me, man.
You get two picks here.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel like I got an idea. One you could go with.
I think I'm gonna have to go Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go Chick-fil-A number 2. I mean,
yeah, that's definitely your Mount Rushmore in because I don't like Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
It's popular. It is popular.
Well, Chick-fil-A is consistent as all get out.
Yeah.
I mean, they run that thing like a well-oiled machine. You can have 15 cars in that drive-thru, and you're not going to be in there longer than 5 minutes. The food usually delivers. It hits. Now, they have a solid chicken nugget, and they have a solid chicken sandwich. I don't think either are best in the game, but overall cleanliness, when you go into any Chick-fil-A restaurant, you're going to feel clean. You're going to feel like a good experience. It's going to be delivered fresh, and it's going to be delivered in a timely manner. I think that it has carved out. I do get
all that.
Yeah, it's carved out a good niche for a reason. It's always good quality, and it's served, like I said, it's clean, it's fresh, it's so consistent. It has to be Chick-fil-A.
Eat more chicken.
Now, I wouldn't even say, like, it's not, like, one of my favorite places, but...
We're building the Mount Rushmores of the ones we think
But,
are.
like, yes, for all those reasons, like, you're never going to be disappointed with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Which
is, like, my number 3 pick. It is a love-hate relationship. And that's Taco Bell.
Yes, Queen. I knew it was going to make this list. Because if you didn't pick it, I was going to.
It's got to be Taco Bell. And
Taco Bell, so good.
I mean, golly. There was a time where me and you had Taco Bell for like 90 straight days after football practices.
Basically. Yeah, dude. And there was also a time where Taco Bell would deliver for, you could sit there and have a meal for $4. You know, you could leave
and be full.
Yes.
I will say there's still, like, you could get pretty full at Taco Bell.
Yeah, the value's not bad, but the burrito that was 99 cents when we were going every day is now like $2.99.
The beefy 5-layer?
Yeah, well, cheesy double beef.
Cheesy double beef.
Yeah, like at 99 cents, I'm like, damn, this shit is fire. At $2.99, I'm like, this shit's all right.
yeah, but Taco Bell, it hits hard. I mean, you know, there's a reason. It is so good, and when you crave Taco Bell, dude, I mean,
they got that right.
You don't want anything You don't want anything else.
I guess White Castle's uses crave, but whatever.
Yeah.
I agree with
Taco
Bell craving. Is
I'm full
legit.
or fourth meal, whatever their thing is.
Fourth meal.
It's got to be Taco Bell. It's always been Taco Bell.
Always been Taco Bell.
We are leaving some heavy hitters off this draft. Oh.
It's hard. You got to narrow it down to your 4, you know? So you got the Dons, you got the Taco Bell, and you got the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here with Whitey's, and I'm sitting here with Subway. And so I think from here, I'm having I'm torn again because it's like I don't know if I want to pick a place that I feel is like the best food or if it's a place that I just know that I'm going to get the consistency. Well, I got to go Jack in the Box. I know they're not as national. It's harder to find Jack in the Boxes than it is some of these other fast food places. But God, one of my favorite burgers of any fast food restaurant is the Ultimate Cheeseburger, dude. I mean, slaps. That's a delicious little treat. And then they got the little extras. The Jack in the Box tacos are legendary. And then they even have the little mini tacos these days. Yeah, I love me some Jack in the Box. Do I have to do my last one, or are we gonna go? I guess I'll do my last one, and then you'll get your last one, huh?
Yeah, I'm starting to rethink. I wish I would have.
We can redraw. Who are you gonna kick off? You're gonna add somebody else. All right. So let's see. My last Mount Rushmore fast food restaurants. Sonic. I am a fan of Sonic.
Wow.
I can get breakfast there. I can get lunch there. And either of those meals are going to be fire. The ultimate breakfast burrito, gas.
So many of those when we worked at Kia.
Brother, too many days I started off having ultimate breakfast burrito and a Sonic double cheeseburger and mozzarella sticks.
This is the most big back thing we've done, and I'm here for it, bro. And I haven't ate what
Dude,
sucks.
that hit so word after a night of drinking is just like, what are you gonna do?
Dude, I haven't
Soak
had
that
fast
shit
food in 2.5 weeks because I'm dieting. I'm trying to lose some weight here, and
Be a little
all I can
conscious
think
of your
about
health.
is eating fast food right now. All these sound so good, and I have a gauntlet to get to the highway. I have to pass a White Castles. I have to dodge a Taco Bell.
Welcome to the county, brother. It's all fast food all the time.
I'm not going to, but it's man. I mean, all these places have brought me great memories.
Yep. And I'm pretty pleased with my lists. Subway, White Castle. What did I say? I said Jack in the Box, and then I said Sonic. Yeah, I could live on those 4 fast food places and be good.
I haven't had much Sonic lately because I don't really ever drive out of my way to go to a Sonic, but I'm always pleased. And just a little side note so Melissa Roberts, listener of the pod, also she worked at Sonic for a while. Aeneas Williams, remember him?
Yeah.
Cornerback for your St. Louis Rams. He was a frequent customer of hers. Always would
Nice.
I think just get like a large Coca-Cola and like tip her like $20.
Some
whatever
people
it was.
love the Sonic for their ice.
Well, but I want to say, she can correct me when she listens to this. He when he found out she got married or whatever, gave her like a $500 tip.
Whoa, wow.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
And
so
he's a good dude.
So Aeneas Williams,
He
cool
might be
dude.
a pastor these days. I feel
I'm
like
pretty
I've
sure
heard
he
that.
is. Yes, but I just I thought that was pretty cool and made me think of Sonic when you said that. So shout out to Aeneas Williams.
Yeah. No, Sonic is Bob, man. Mozzarella sticks. Their burgers are good. The Supersonic burgers, like that's right behind that ultimate
Happy
cheeseburger
hour
for me,
slushies
man.
for people who are into that kind of thing.
Yeah, a little happy hour action.
Yeah. So
the ball's in your court now.
yes,
lady.
I am going to. Can I boot one?
Sure, yeah. Now's your chance.
I'm gonna boot Chick-fil-A,
Bow, 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 bow. Good choice.
and I'm gonna slot Culver's into that spot.
Ooh, Culver's. I do love me the cheese curds.
Yeah, the cheese curds, the burgers are always so good.
Yeah.
I do think they have more of a wide array. Like Chick-fil-A, I think maybe, I was pandering a little bit. They are all those things I said.
It's my pleasure.
But I'd much prefer going to all the other places I said over Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. No,
So
Chick-fil-A.
I'm kicking Chick-fil-A out for Culver's, and then my last pick.
I'd rather get Cane's before I get Chick-fil-A. I'll just say it. I'll put that out there. I don't think it matters. It's an honorable mention from
I
this
think I would
list.
too, because that toast and that sauce.
Ooh, that toast and that sauce, though. It is fire.
But
Fucking
Culver's
fire.
over Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Great fucking burgers, and I'm a burger guy over a chicken sandwich guy. I do like a chicken sandwich, but
Yeah.
you can get that also at Culver's.
Yep. 100%.
Get root beer and the cheese curds.
And that butter burger, brother.
Come on. So
So Culver's is fire. Culver's is fire.
Good move.
But yeah. But what I don't like about Culver's is the fact that it's like $11 for a 3-piece chicken strip meal. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
And it's like cafeteria fucking from your school level chicken strips. You know, they're like little thin boys. I don't know. It's not just a Culver's problem. That's like an everywhere problem. When's the last time you've been to a Steak and Shake?
Steak and Shake. Last time I went with Desi, like probably 8 months ago. It's fire.
Yeah, the food's still kind of fire.
The quality's gotten better because they've taken away the servers away.
better. Yeah,
So
it's like you
go-
order it yourself.
The prices have like doubled though.
Yes, man.
It used to be a regular spot for us.
The glory days of $3.99
yeah.
chicken tender meal. That bitch is $7.99 now.
Yeah, dude. I remember
$7.99 for 3 chicken strips and some French fries.
I could get my $5.99 Wisconsin cheesy burger with the fries and drink. Now that's like
Cheesy.
9 something.
No, what a world! Can't even.
And
Get
my
these-
last pick is going to be Wendy's.
Ooh, yep. I was definitely on the border of thinking about Wendy's strong. I do love me the Baconator, son of a Baconator.
I
Give
want to
me all
say
that.
Wendy's has the highest like bar for bar, pound for pound, like the taste, quality, and everything they do, whether it be their chicken or their burgers or their fries or their chili or their Frosties. Like they don't
Yeah, they
miss.
offer some of those kind of those. You know,
Like they
out
don't
there
do anything
things.
half-ass at Wendy's.
Sometimes their cleaning's a little half-assed. I've been to some
But
dirty
I'm talking
Wendy's.
about like the food quality
yeah,
is usually pretty good.
Nope, Dave's got the food down. Dave's dead.
And that's where my parents met, working at a Wendy's together. So, you know,
Oh, special
it's
place.
got a sentimental value. And I think but that's not even the only reason.
No, Wendy's is fire. No, Wendy's is fire, regardless of any personal history with Wendy's.
Well, Dave Thomas.
It's for sure on my honorable mention of Mount Rushmore. It's waiting in the wings, ready to be called up if I decide to knock off anybody else. Like Sonic and Wendy's, they're real close to each
It's
other.
too late, though.
It's too. He said it's too late. I already picked it. No, I like Sonic. I like
I
Sonic.
got McDonald's. I have Culver's. I have Wendy's. And then
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, who is my most love-hate relationship because sometimes they make you wait 45 minutes.
It is a kind of a little toxic relationship with Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Everybody we all have.
I
It's
think
there for us when we need it, but it's also not there for us when we
White
need
Castles
it.
can be that same vein.
Yeah. I've spent 45 minutes in a White Castle drive-through before in the middle of the night.
And both those two will make you feel the most shitty after you eat it.
I agree. I don't know. Maybe I just got an iron stomach these days, knock on wood, but both of those don't mess me up too bad. I get more messed up almost from pizza and the cheese,
Oh, I definitely get more fucked up from pizza.
but doesn't mean I don't love it more. God.
I will always eat pizza,
Yes.
but it just it takes me like that is bubble guts.
And in pizza news, while we're here, did you see that Domino's is now offering a stuffed crust pizza?
Really?
Woo, mama. Yep. I've been a stuffed crust fan since the day of Pizza Hut.
Oh, it is the best way to go about it.
Yeah, it's the best. Like, no, there's not enough cheese on this pizza. I need you to stuff that shit in the crust and give it to me.
And I'll say this too. Going Alfredo or white sauce instead of marinara is the elite move. You will feel
it's
like
good, but is
it's
it
better.
elite?
It's better.
I disagree.
I'm telling you, if you
I think it's good. It is delicious. It's got its place. Is it better than a classic zesty little zingy red sauce marinara? No.
Like if you're ever gonna veer off your pepperoni sausage, pepperoni hamburger, whatever it is, and say you get a chicken bacon ranch with Alfredo sauce, like
That's
that's not a common order, but dude, it hits every time. It's one of those things where you're like, why don't I get this more often? Dude, it's so. Or the Philly cheese, the
Bruh.
Philly cheesesteak pizza from Domino's is outstanding. dude.
Out of this world. Now I'm just I'm really hungry, and I think
Me
everybody
too,
everybody else
dog.
listening to this pod is probably getting pretty hungry now too.
Oh my gosh. Like I want to hear what everybody has to say. Like,
Yeah.
are you pissed at the 8 that we picked? What would you slide in? Are you a Jimmy John's guy over Subway?
Ooh, that's
There are
tough.
those stands.
I guess honestly though, and I'll say it, I went to Jimmy John's like last couple weeks, like a week ago, and I hadn't had Jimmy John's in a hot minute, and I was like, oh, I kind of enjoyed the sandwich. In times past, I'd avoid Jimmy John's like the plague.
I feel like Jimmy John's doesn't give you a lot of meat.
Yeah, the ratios are always a little off.
I know, some other people who maybe have been guests, they're Jersey Mike stands. I just don't think, like, I didn't even consider Jersey Mike's because, like, they're not as accessible.
Yeah, same way with, like, Penn Station. You know, those are, like, the fast food places that hold themselves a little higher quality, you know.
Yeah,
like to think
I'm
of
like holding
themselves.
myself to convenience factor, you know.
Yeah. Firehouse subs, Potbelly sandwiches, they're all the same. But they're good. I mean, you know, they make good sandwiches. There's nothing wrong with
And
that.
I think a couple of years ago, maybe even 4 or 5, probably, Qdoba and Chipotle would have been in the running for me. But I think that something's happened over the past few years where
People are dogging Chipotle big time.
Qdoba is definitely overtaking Chipotle.
Which is wild to think about. Because, like, if you would have asked me that 5 years ago, I'd say, what are you talking about? No way. Nobody goes to Qdoba. Qdoba?
Would you agree that Qdoba's gained some ground?
I mean, from word on the street, from the rumblings, it's what it sounds like to me. I don't know.
Because they were smart when all that backlash was happening with Chipotle skeeting and skimming.
Skate.
I think Qdoba was like, well, let's just load up.
Yeah.
And I think the quality, but yeah.
Ooh. There's a Mexican supermarket. It's near us out here in the North County area. And they have a service counter where they'll do tacos and quesadillas and other little food, you know, to eat.
Yeah.
Brother, fire, gas. I mean, you know, just authentic tacos and quesadillas and stuff from a grocery store. It's so good. El Supermercado or something like that.
Yeah, so that's a fast food Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, definitely chime in, everybody, and let us know your Mount Rushmores of fast food spots. If it's the same as one of ours, different, yeah, let us know a combination of it.
And next week, the Mount Rushmore will be, can I say it now?
Sure, yeah.
I think you agree. Let's just go chips.
Ooh, okay, yeah, it gives us a little time to think about it. Snack boys.
That'll be potato/corn chip.
Okay. Do Pringles qualify as a chip? Just to like kind of get my head around
Pringles
it.
counts chip.
Yeah, I don't know what else it would be, I guess. So,
but there's so much there. So I just feel like while we're on, we'll go on this food kick for a little bit, and I feel like chips is a good thing. Like both of us, we love chips. We're chip guys.
I'm a fan. I am a fan. Yeah, I'm good with that. So we'll lock it in. We got chips for next week's Mount Rushmore. What else we have on the docket this week? We got National Championship tonight. We got to touch about that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going into work at 5. I'm hopefully this might be a national championship. I'm supposed to be on a party tonight. I'm hoping it's just a national championship like party, like a watch party.
That'd be nice.
That would be cool.
You think people are booking out Rosalitas for a national championship
watch
party?
I only say that because they did they were booking out March Madness parties at the beginning of the year, like or the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be cool. Probably going to be like a 75th birthday party.
Yeah, probably. I put my shift up, but it didn't get picked up. Yeah.
And then we got Blues in Winnipeg tonight. See if the Blues can stay on that streak, that roll. What else is going on in the world of entertainment? White Lotus, everybody talking about this show?
Yeah, hold on, because I watched the first
season,
hold on. Binge watched it. I like to, when I get to the third season, I like all the episodes so I can just watch it all in one day.
I got you.
I'm a binger.
Yeah, I hear that.
I hate watching and then like they leave
waiting for the next week.
Yes,
yeah,
I want to just be. I'm in this world now where I want it now. I want the next episode now.
I want it now.
So that's why I put it. I watched the first 2 episodes of season 3, and I was like, "This sucks." Now I gotta wait.
Yeah, I mean, we're so spoiled, I guess, as you know, consumers of entertainment. It used to be you always had to tune in every week at a certain time to watch your favorite show, and then wait till the next week and speculate.
And how did we remember what happened?
They would, they'd start the episode by saying, "Last week on, whatever, Dungeons and Dragons."
Skip. Come on.
Yeah.
I know what happened. I just watched it, bitch.
Yeah. Don't give me no recap. No, but I agree. There is a lot of detail on shows these days that would be harder for shows of old to maintain and keep going, because people forget, like, oh, wait, who's this person that I only saw once, 2, 3 seasons ago?
Yeah. Especially like Game of Thrones and shit like that.
Yeah.
Which people were waiting. I was one of them. We were waiting for the next week. And,
oh, yeah.
I mean.
I remember you and Miati were big Geo Goat fans.
Little Madster.
Mad Stemo. So I don't know anything about White Lotus. I just know it's the Scuttlebug. Everybody's been talking about it.
I think HBO does a good job of that too. HBO
Premium programming.
They do a pretty good job of getting people talking about their shows, and
People were talking about people.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's
So you are watching it though. You are watching.
yeah.
Have been watching White Lotus.
yes. Like
Okay.
I'm actively not watching it just so I can watch it all after the last episode this season.
All right. Well, when the season wraps, I'll come back to Xavier for some notes on that.
Yeah, we'll talk White Lotus.
You're my entertainment guy. You're filling me in on the wrestling and the White Lotus.
I try, man. I try. I'm living a busy life, you know.
We're like, what the fuck does Bob do? He doesn't watch anything.
No, dude, we came to the conclusion Bob hates joy.
I just sit in the room stewing, just thinking about things that make me mad. Fucking assholes. This is stupid.
Oh, fucking look how fucking stupid everybody is. Look at this fucking shit.
I wish people were as smart as me.
The White Lotus is scripted, though.
Ah,
So the
Gosh.
determines in the program are the program is predetermined, yes.
well, why are we even wasting our time?
Yeah.
I only want
How
things that
fucking silly.
unfold in real life.
Yeah. How fucking silly. But you also hate reality shows.
Yeah,
I mean,
tough to
there's
say.
no winning with this guy.
there's no entertaining me.
Because Survivor has been a pretty good season, too.
I'm a survivor.
As well.
I do
Yeah.
like Survivor. I like Survivor.
Yeah, really cool moment a couple weeks ago on Survivor. But, you know, that's neither here or there.
No.
I suggest everybody watch Survivor. It's pretty good.
What the fuck season of Survivor are we on these days?
48.
48.
2 away
Jesus.
from season 50. Because for the first few years, it was 1, but now they do 2 a season.
Yeah.
Because CBS obviously is making money from it still.
Oh, sure. I
which
mean,
is pretty cool.
yeah, it's a popular show. It's a good show, like I said.
I mean, how rare
It's a
is-
show that combines, physical games and like that kind of, easy to understand, gamesmanship, as well as like the psychological, game.
You're being
and,
on
like,
an island with like nothing.
yeah, and you got to play the social game like with the people. Like you want to build alliances, but you don't want to like piss off other people. So it's like you got to tread lightly. I just think that all the encompassing of all those things together makes Survivor intriguing, and I think it's more intriguing than like Big Brother and all those ones. Really,
I do also like Big Brother. I think it's gotten a little too political over the years. Like, just give me the fucking game.
yeah. What do you mean political?
Like, we always have to have like, they just seem to cast a certain way now to meet their
Casting needs.
yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't watch
Not
any Big
just
Brother.
casting
I
needs.
don't
I'm not talking about like race or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, for example, and I'm not
For
making any kind of
example.
statement, but a couple years ago on Survivor as well,
Mm-hmm.
Jeff's thing has always been, "Come on in, guys." And a couple seasons ago, somebody said, it was a guy on the show who said he had a pregnant husband at home.
Interesting.
Who would be, he's crying and stuff and saying, I know, Jeff, I said it was no big deal if you said, "Come on in, guys," but, I think it is kind of offensive for somebody like me with a pregnant wife at home for you to say, "Come on in, guys."
Pregnant your wife at home?
Pregnant husband.
That's what I thought you said earlier. Yeah, but then you just said wife.
Oh, yeah, pregnant husband. That is correct.
Why is it offensive to him by saying "come on in, guys"?
I'm saying, bro, like that's just
Too far.
that's what I mean.
Yes.
And they kind of build these non-organic, like, let's
Sob
have
stories.
this nice moment,
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, those are the points of those shows that are. I'm like, all right, let's get back to the little games or whatever.
Exactly. I don't have any problem with like, living your truth or expressing yourself. But like this, I'm not watching this shit for that. I'm watching it for game. I want to see cutthroat.
Yeah.
I want to see backstabbing. I want to see everything. Like,
Give me the competition.
yes, you know
No,
what I
agree.
mean.
I agree.
Like, I don't want it to be forced. Like,
Yeah.
that's not. But that being said, there was a pretty cool, genuine moment a couple weeks ago on Survivor, and that's why it was nice because it was organic.
Yeah.
This woman on the show had dealt with autism for a while, or not for a while. She lives with autism,
Yes.
and there's this older guy named Joe. Seems like such a nice, genuine guy who she confided in and said like, "Hey, I am on the spectrum. I just wanted somebody who I like knew and felt confident with, because sometimes I might have an episode and like, you know, it'd be nice if somebody knew could kind of help me, you know, get out of said episode. Well, she had a very intense moment and then started having this episode where she was like uncontrollably, like, you know, almost on the verge of having a panic attack. Like, it was pretty serious. And he was on the opposite team. But Jeff was like, hey, like, he could see Joe was kind of watching her very intensely, like wishing he could do something. He said, Jeff, why don't you go over there? And he embraced her. And it was really like, maybe I'm not doing justice by describing this, but he like embraced her, hugged, like, it was like, breathe with me, breathe with me. And it was a really, really fucking cool moment on the show Survivor.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Let those moments happen organically like that.
Right. Well, you know, producers need to fabricate stuff from time to time because moments don't always just happen, and they gotta have something for the show. So I agree.
But this moment
nice.
even led to Jeff Probst crying, which he never, like, that's never happened.
That's not Jeff's style.
You know? So pretty cool.
Period.
Period. And on that note, right?
Yep.